Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy Handyman. Welcome back to a project recap over in the Roswell area. And this is a property, it's kind of typical of what we do and why people use us. This is a property that will be a rental for an out-of-state investor client of ours. And so when she got it under contract, she had an inspection report done, and there were a lot of rotted repairs and miscellaneous things that needed to be done. And then once the owners cleared out of here, it became obvious that the whole interior, at least all the walls, really needed to be repainted. And so we'll run through this really fast. The chimney was an issue, and when they get inspection reports, a lot of times when you buy a house now, a lot of times the insurance companies will send out someone to take snapshots of the property, and that's what they did here. And originally, this chimney, because it looks like a dead tree to a woodpecker, he made a house in there. And actually, there was a red-headed woodpecker that flew out of it one day when the guys were working on it. So we've replaced the corner boards here, and then we replaced all the siding on the left side and a bunch of siding on this face area right here. And one of the tricks that we do, this is Nichihana siding. So someone has resided this house in Nichihana. There's nothing defective about Nichihana, but anywhere where it catches water, like here, or on the bottom edges of this chimney or the sides of the chimney, the water will cause the siding to delaminate, it'll literally crumble and fall apart. We replaced and repaired this sill and nose on this window. Those were custom pieces that we actually had to make, which is another reason people use us. Something comes up all the time. These gutters were leaking. You can see where they had the joint, and if you look closely, you'll see a couple little screws. It's gonna be hard to see in the light, but there's two little screws right here. And so just every 5 years, you need to seal that corner. So we've sealed all the gutters, cleaned them, sealed them with a elastomeric sealant. This corner board right here was rotted and repaired. This soffit up here, you can see the fresh paint in that corner. And the trick with us is any fascia board, wood trim, we back prime and seal everything. All 6 faces of that replacement wood. So it won't rot again. If it does, we've never had a callback on that. But if you do for some reason, call us and we'll come back and replace it. This right corner of the garage right here had the same issue. Then we had a bunch of miscellaneous repairs on the outside. Back out here, there was another repair. You can actually see it up through here. Anywhere you see fresh paint, to the left side of this chimney right here is a fascia board under that gutter. We repaired that. This corner right here was the same issue, and the gutter has been sealed. You kind of get a better shot of the chimney right here. We replaced it with 5/4 board. Those corner boards right there. And then down here, on the left side of the house, we had a lot of rot in this corner right here. And there was so much water getting in there, the gutter was clogged. And so it caused some termites to get up in this corner. And they repaired that up under the house. And then right here, this whole soffit and fascia was rebuilt. And the same thing on the inside. Down here, we had a little extra work on this bay window. Right here, we went ahead and repaired these 2 pieces of brick mold here, had rotted out. I hadn't noticed it in the original bid. And then this nose was repaired here. The whole house, probably in the spring, we need to just re-caulk it. You can see all the butt joints where siding comes together. They were never caulked. And we've got 1 piece of siding up here where you see that shadow. It really needs to be re-nailed. There's actually 2 of them up there. It's not huge. It's just something we want to do. We noticed this corner right here. So this was sealed with clear elastomeric sealant. So you can kind of see, like, it looks like the crack is there, but it's actually been sealed over. We didn't want water getting into that bay window. And that was pretty much all we had to fix on this side of the house. And then everything else was inside. And then for a lot of our clients, especially our investor clients that are going to have rental properties, you can call us back for the plumbing and the electrical and all the little stuff that comes up once you have a tenant in the house. And you can kind of get a feel for over here where we repaired this. And we shot a before video, so the owner will actually be able to now go back and see what we did. Unfortunately for her, she's got a property manager too that'll be putting eyes on this thing. On the inside of the house, everything's been repainted. We touched up a lot of the trim. A lot of the trim in this room was actually repainted, all of it, because it was so bad. Large sections of it were repainted. So this is the formal living room. And then this is the kitchen eat-in right here. This outlet in the corner down here that still has the faux metal plate on it, I need to change that out. But that outlet's been repaired. They had broken it off, the previous owners. The laundry room is all painted up. We've come through and repainted most of the kitchen cabinets and didn't charge the customer for it because She was doing a pretty good chunk of work with us. This thing had been touched up by somebody else, and we didn't notice it was so bad that we had to just repaint the whole thing. So this whole face was repainted with elastomeric. It's kind of a process. It's really hard to get that paint right now. But these cabinets look good. They were all dinged up, and they'll get dinged up again because right around these knobs, the ladies of the house usually have nails, and over time they just chip the paint. You can't do anything about it. Just have us come back every year and just touch it up, or put a quick coat of paint on it. Here it's going to chip up again because this little door handle hits right into the drawer right there. But they look really nice. This is accessible beige, the color that accessible beige that we use a lot. This is a little half bath in here. And then you've got the dining room. This used to be blue. I'm trying to catch this while we still have some light. The lighting in here is really poor. A lot of this trim in this room was repainted as well with a bright white. So they had 3 different trim paints in here. This is the more of a family room. This was kind of the kids' playroom with the previous owners. The trim was really bad in here, so we've touched most of it up, and it looks pretty good. The walls are all repainted. And then when we wander up the stairs, everything's kind of fresh and clean up here now. Turned out really nice, actually. This house will rent so fast. She's probably got a bunch of people that want it already. Bathroom's repainted, and we had a bunch of debris from an old shower door across here. That's all been cleaned up and looking good now. This room took 3 coats of paint. It was kind of a lavender, if I remember correctly. And then I just did this today. I had to change out this outlet right here. It was broken in half, so we went ahead and replaced that. And then the master bedroom. See if we can get some light on in here. This was blue before, and so now it's all nice neutral color. And we use so much of this stuff that in between tenants now we should be able to just touch up and maybe repaint just select walls. Although probably the tenant that rents this house will be here for quite a while. And so you can see through the master bathroom here, everything's been redone. There's little stuff we'd still like to do. There's just like this outlet right here. It just kills me that you got a white outlet instead of bone or ivory. I would just change it, but that's just me. Very cute house. The master fan is still good. This fan in this room, I would plan to replace it at some point. These switches tend to go bad, this one. And so we actually changed out these fans back here. So this is a new fan up here and a new light switch because they went bad. It's just that particular model and brand. This was a yellow room back here. This took a lot of extra work to get this one turned around too. And the new fan is up there. And there's a new switch here. And then all this trim. We touched up most of the trim throughout. There's a couple little spots that we still need to catch here. But outside of that, we're in great shape on the house. Need to swing on by and just pick up some trash. But my brother and I run a crew of over 20. It shifts back and forth. We fired over 120 people last year. So it gives you an idea of the labor in Atlanta. And most of these guys we have to train. Even experienced contractors that have 10, 20 years of experience, they usually have experience in how to do it the wrong way. It stinks, but that's just the way it is. So my brother and I train people. We hand paint. We don't spray a lot anymore. We do tons of carpentry, lots of decks, any electrical, plumbing. We pretty much do everything. A lot of kitchen and bathroom remodels, master closets. We're doing a custom master closet over in Roswell right now. And fortunately for us, we make a lot of our own trim material, so we're not really dependent on the stores or supply chain to get what we need to have. But this house will rent really quickly. You can reach us in the office at 770-912-2829, or sometimes you can catch me, Andy, directly at 770-265-9017. See you the next house. Bye for now.